I have this like strange love of olives. We were talking about it briefly before this all started, or the podcast started today. But there's like people just buy these properties that have these like beautiful old olive trees and they're not exactly sure what to do with them. So there's like this niche that can potentially be filled there. There's a huge amount of potential on that island, and I'm really excited about it.
Because people buy the land and they want someone to take care of it.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us about your love with olives too.
Yeah.
By the way, I was in Italy and I picked olives.
Oh, nice.
When I was woofing and when I was training in my early days. It's special, dude.
Yeah. It's labor intensive.
It's labor intensive.
Yeah.
Bro, we were all out there. There was like 10 of us out
Yeah.
there it was harvest season.
Mm-hmm. Were you hand picking or were you using like rakes or?
We were hand picking.
Oh, nice.
And and you get in the flow and then we had the nets.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you
time.
suggest? Yeah, and there's like machines that shake them too. We didn't have that.
It's all context based, honestly.
Amazing. Context.
Yeah. Like how you go about doing it very much is dependent upon the farm and the situation the farm's in. But
it was a smaller scale family.
Yeah. So hand picking is probably the best.
Yeah. And we brought it to the olive press that day.
Yeah.
It was special, bro.
That's one of the most romantic things in the world to me is milling olives. Milling olives and making wine. Those are two extremely romantic things to me.
Dude, milling olives and making wine.
Yeah.
So you lived in Cali. Did you do that?
Yeah. That's what on the farm that I was managing I had a small vineyard.
Amazing.
And like 400-ish or 350-ish olive trees, 700 avocados. I planted a bunch of dragon fruit when I was there.
Amazing. In the ground?
Yeah.
Cool. It's dry there.
Yeah, it's dry. Yeah.
Cool.
They get like 300 mil of rain a year. This year was a bit different because it was a really crazy rain year. But
that's right.
Most of the time it's not.
I was out there. It was like rainy.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. But I have this deep love for olive trees, and I grew up in Florida, and my first love was like my first agricultural love. My first plant obsession was bananas, and I was the youngest vice president of the Brevard Tropical Fruit Club ever. It's a bunch of old people.
That's amazing.
So I have this my
fruit
foundation
council, the rare fruit council.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So I have this foundation in subtropicals and tropicals, but I've found the Mediterranean crops, specifically wine grapes and olives. Really love the idea of carob too. I'm really enjoying fulfilling that niche in my life right now.
No way, carob trees.
Yeah.
Cool. Dude, these are all, is that another like Mediterranean type crop?
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah.
Because these are like olives like that dry for 6 months.
Yeah.
And all those.
They need it. They really need it.
It's true. And you plant them here, they don't like it. Bro.
Yeah.
You'll feel it. The pomegranates too,
Mm-hmm.
they don't like rain.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's some tropical pomegranates that'll handle it, but they're still.
Though. So you go out to Cali, you go out to these dry climates, Ibiza.
Yeah.
And you get to fulfill this olive thirst.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, bro.
Yeah.
Because these olive trees are productive, bro. Olives are cool.
Yeah.
It's this fatty fruit. Dude, what have you learned since working with olives, bro?
I have a unique communication with olive trees. It's really hard to explain.
For real.
But I love pruning them. I love managing them.
Got it.
I feel the way I feel about mangoes is very similar to how I feel about olives, but olives it's a little bit more intense. They're
beautiful. Mango's like your subtropical version.
Yeah.
Pruning and pruning. By the way, pruning's the first time I heard the word pruning was in that olive orchard.
Yeah.
This little suburban kid. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
In Italy, that's the first place I used a weed whacker.
Yeah, it's the tradition. Special. The tradition associated with olive trees, like pruning specifically, and just the management of olive trees, is one of the things I find so beautiful about it. It's a tradition that's thousands of years old, and I love being associated with an agricultural methodology that's thousands of years old, and there's still so much potential to build upon that knowledge, that beautiful foundation of knowledge.
We're in the garden. It's existential.